Good day, folks. This is Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today, the topic is fish cover and pond development. Some of the steps that we took to ensure that we had a really nice pond. And this pond was built in a ravine that was very shallow. In order it didn't have a deep ravine in it. And the reason you do that, you don't want a real deep one, is you run out of dirt. So if you got a real deep ditch and you want to put a dam in over here on this side, well, if you got a great big hole there, you don't have any place to get your dirt. So you don't do that. The further you have to push dirt to get that dam up, the more it's going to cost you. The boys and I came in here and actually rolled these cedar trees in about a month ago. And there is there's bluegill and channel cat in here and chub minnows.
And when did you put those in? How old was this pond?
Well, the pond was built in 2017, Jan. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 17. The fall of 17. Took about a year for this thing to fill up, but it's full now. It's coming out the spillway over here, which we'll show here in a minute. But the chub minnows were put in the spring of the next year. The pond is half full. The chub minnows bred all summer long. And actually, I call them chub minnows. They were called fathead minnows. 10 pounds. So we put 10 pounds in here, and they absolutely bred. And then we put in the bluegill and the channel cat. And they started eating on them. And the bass will go in this summer. So those two other species get a chance to survive and populate. And they'll be feeding the bass, especially the bluegill. But see, these fish covers, they're like brush piles for a bunny rabbit. They give a place for the small fish to get in and populate, and your bigger fish don't get a chance to eat them all. And that's also your best fishing, is around those cedar trees. And these were dead cedars. We didn't put a live cedar in there. You put dead. And if you put the trunk, like we did on this one, right up on the edge of the bank, like right there, it can't float around in the pond. And we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a big pond. They're put in here about every 40 to 50 feet.
And this is what you see is what you're going to get. They're not going to sink. Or they might sink down a little bit, but they're going to be exposed.
Yeah.
So like birds can also sit up there and get drinks, and frogs. And
what about if you're fishing?
Ooh, I don't fish.
But honey, as a fisherman, you want to be able to see the cedar so you don't lose your lure.
That's right. That's right. We have some ponds where you sink them in the beginning, and we lose when you go fishing or other people, they lose a lot of lures.
Yeah. So you want to know where those cedar trees are at. Why do we have this wire around here?
So when you don't leave a wire around your fence, the cattle will go in there. They're going to wallow in there. They're going to slough off the sides. So you've spent all this money making this beautiful pond just to have it fill in like 2 years with your cattle playing in the water.
What else are they doing in there when they're playing?
Oh, they're just like little kids in a swimming pool. Go and pee and poop sometimes in there. And you don't want to go swimming in there, but you don't want to drink this water because there's no chlorine in here.
Yeah.
And it makes the nitrates go up, which isn't good for the environment.
Absolutely. This is a wildlife magnet down. If you come down here in the evening and sit and you be real quiet and you camouflage, there's deer coming in here. There's turkeys in here. There's birds. Everything's drawn to the pond. It is a circle of life. And right here is the spillway. So you can see it's just trickling out.
And we've had a lot of rain these last 2 days, 3.5 inches.
3.5 inches, and look at that. Let's go over here, Jan, see if we see any erosion. Do we see any erosion yet? This is the spillway.
Very little, if any.
I don't see any.
No.
Oh, there's a frog. There's a frog. Where'd you go, buddy? There you are. Look at that frog.
Yeah, I'm starting to see turtles coming out.
He'd be really good bait.
Oh.
Well, you got to think like a fisherman. But look at this. Look at this, Jan. See, when Johnny built this, he had the spillway fan. It actually fanned out. And so it goes from over here, now that we're away from the pond, all the way across over to here. And so the pressure that comes out of that spillway is going over a wide area. And now we get clear down here. You know, we're 100 feet from the pond. Look at that.
Yeah.
There's no erosion, none.
And we've not done any seeding. We've done no bale and rolling. It's pretty much we've left it
Since the pond was
since
built.
the pond. But what I'm trying to point out is, since we've pushed back the cedars, these other plants have time to express themselves.
Yes. But at the time of the pond was built, we absolutely did seed it.
Yes.
And we put down hay.
Around here, we came up here. We didn't down here, but up here on the pond,
How long did we wait after Johnny left?
we were doing it as he was finishing up. If not doing it as he was finishing. But we came in. Greg had the cedar on the four-wheeler, and he was zipping around. We had a big round bale or 2 or 3, and then rolling it out. And then we came out in pitchforks. We pitched it forked all the way down to the bottom of the hill of the pond dam, and we went all the way around, and we went, if you'll come up here, Greg, you can see all this lush grass to the edge of the pond. We actually went down even a little bit farther to keep the erosion from happening all the way around. You can see over there we ran out a little bit, and how sparse it is over there.
Yep. Jen, you know what I'm seeing I'm really excited about?
What?
These particular grass plants we're looking at right here, that's big blue stem.
Cool.
Because we used big blue stem hay.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of seed in there. And of course, that's the Korean Lespedeza coming in underneath it. Look at that. This is going to be a food plot.
Yeah.
For deer. Here in another month, all that Lespedeza comes up.
Now, what's that blue pipe down there, Greg? Are we growing blue pipes?
No, honey, we're not growing blue pipe. I'll show you what that is. So what we did is we ran a pipe through the dam. So when Johnny was in here getting the dam pushed up, he left a huge V in the bottom of that dam from that pipe all the way out into the center of that pond. And so we ran our pipe out there. And then Johnny was able to come in and fill it back in. And we put a cap on the pipe and we drilled holes in it. So the water is going through the drilled holes, through that pipe, and that's going to be our pad. So we're going to put a tire tank over that, and it's got a shut-off valve on it already.
And that's what all that rock's for?
That's what that... Oh,
look who followed us down here.
Look at that. Those boogers came down that old opening. I had Johnny just take a dozer width or 2 through that cedar grove. They followed us down here. Look at that.
They're getting bored already.
Hey, honey, let's go over here. Maybe they'll follow us around the pond this way, because there's about 2 acres of the paddock they haven't even found yet. It's over here. It's beautiful. Let's go this way. Maybe they'll come. Let out your war whoop, hon.
Okay.
Come on.
Woo! Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Y'all hear Jan's war whoop?
It's a little different from Greg's.
Woo! Yeah! Look at them. Here they come.
Yeah, they're
You only need one.
They're just like kids looking for something to get into trouble with.
Oh, that one's going to get him a drink.
Oh, Greg, look at all the Korean Lespedeza.
Oh my gosh.
It's a carpet.
It is a carpet.
We didn't plant this, folks.
No, it was in the seed bank. Wow.
Wow.
Come on, boys.
Woo!
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, Greg, look at all the water spiders.
Yeah, they're thick. And I've been seeing a lot of frogs jump in, too.
Oh, yeah, just one.
Woo! Look at them all drinking. So, folks, that's what they're doing. They're drinking under the wire. They're not going into the pond. Look where their feet are. Their feet are up on dry land. Their nose goes under that wire and gets a drink.
It's not hot,
Nope.
but they don't know it yet.
Honey, let's keep walking. We're going to lead them right into their beautiful paddock over here. Doesn't look like much right here, but well, they're probably not going to leave that dam when they find it.
Probably not.
But you know what? We'll go over here and we'll whoop to them. I bet you we can soak them over here. Anyway, folks, that's what we do for our ponds. We got our fish covers in there. The fish have a place to hide now, and there's been a lot of studies done on ponds with cover like that and ponds without cover. The weight gain is double. on your fish if they haven't cover, because you get more bait fish producing and they all don't get eaten. All right, here they come. Let's go. Woo! Give them a little war whoop here, hon.
Yeah. Woo! Yo, yo. I don't have to giggle.
This is a cedar grove that a young man, Jonathan, you may be watching this. This is your cedar grove that you and I cleared, oh gosh, 2013. That's 7 years ago. It's got some beautiful forage in it. This is all bare ground too.
Oh, they're going around the pond.
Woo!
Yo, yo. Woo!
I knew they saw that dam up there.
Yeah.
Woo!
But anyway, they'll eventually find this.
Well, Jan, let's walk out here and show them what the bulls are going to be eating. So this is a ridge over here. This is the leased. We just left the lifetime lease owner's farm. That was that pond we built up there. Now we're on another 80 over here.
And that pond's name is called Greg.
Yeah.
Greg's Pond.
The lifetime lease owners nicknamed it Greg's Pond. So that's Greg's Pond we just left. But look at this. I mean, this is some primo stuff here. And I can remember when Jan and I leased this in 2001. It was solid broom sedge and eastern red cedars. And Jan and I would come over with our loppers and lop on this. Just to, lop off the cedars. Jan, look at that.
I know it. This is called button brush. What's this?
Butt brush.
Butt brush.
Butt brush is pretty good forage for sheep in the winter, but nothing will eat it in the summertime. But there is some really nice clovers coming up in here. This is the worst part of the paddock right here. Up on top where we've got our fence, we've already got a fence in up there where they can't go any further. We actually got 1, 2, 3. We got 4 days laid out in front of these cattle.
You know, Greg, you've got these little plants. This is Queen Anne's lace, and I saw some yarrow, and those are indicators again of poor soil.
Yep, yep.
So you can see there's quite a bit of it, but it's good for butterflies.
Yep. What's this one right here?
I don't want to know. I don't know that one. Don't want to know.
Oh, you
it.
do too.
I know what it is.
Broom sedge.
I know. I don't like seeing it.
Our arch enemy.
But considering what this ridge used to look, you can see remnants of it.
Yep.
But it used to be just thick, and we'd come up here about every 2 or 3 years and cut the baby cedars creeping in.
Yep.
And I haven't been over here cutting cedars for quite a while. What, are you going to show me there's a bunch of them up here?
No, I'm going to show you what's up here on top. This to me just blows away. I mean, I remember we leased this farm in 2001. We kind of looked at each other like, what did we just lease?
Yeah.
There wasn't any food in here for animals.
No. And if you look, Greg, on the left-hand side, there's still some broom sedge, old.
Yep.
But then when you come over here to the right side,
yep,
you don't hardly see any.
Yep. Well, honey, this was farmed, back in the day. They plowed this.
Downhill with mules.
Yeah, this was all plowed. Do you see anything here? The litter? Look at the litter on the ground.
Makes me just want to dive in there.
What do you think happened when we got 3.5 inches of rain the other day?
Oh, smashed it down.
Let's see what's happening there.
And some of that rain just pounded. It was pounding. I thought the roof was going to cave in.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Brand new earthworm castings. Worms are taking it down. Folks, this is the life of your farm. Right there. You've got to have litter. You've got to have litter.
Well, this morning when we went and took the dogs for their walk, we saw lots of dew. And with dew, you can see all the spider webs that are coming out right now. The spiders are starting to explode.
They were everywhere.
Which means they're in the house, but
yeah.
That's just something you live with when you live in the country.
That's all part of it. I noticed the cow pats, honey, are flipped. Look at that. This one's been flipped. See, there's nothing growing. There's forage growing under there.
When was the last time cattle were in here, Greg?
What's that in there? Look at that.
A pilled bug. A roly-poly.
Roly-polies, breaking it down. Look at that.
Look at this guy in here.
Yep. Folks, you'll have stuff like this if you stop ivermectin your cattle, pouring crap down their back. All you're doing is killing your manure pats. And those manure pats, just remember, every one of those is worth what? $1 bill.
Here's another one. Let's see what this one looks like.
Turkey split that one.
Yeah, this one you can see had been over here.
Yep.
Now it's over here.
The turkeys are busting them up.
It's past turkey season, honey. Ooh.
Oh, look at that. I wonder what the turkeys are eating when they flip those.
I don't know. Wonder what these white things, they look like spores.
Yeah.
Well, you can see the mycelium running in here.
Yep. Yep.
So that's some sort of fungi.
But that manure pat tells you that there's soil life. It's breaking it down.
When was the last time the cattle were in here?
Let's see. We were here about 3 weeks ago.
With the main herd?
With the main herd, yeah.
The cow herd and the cows?
We grazed it real lightly. We just took the tips and we moved because the plants, it was early spring and we wanted to make sure we didn't set the plants back too bad. Folks, if you just graze the tops of your plants, the more solar energy collector you leave behind, the faster it'll grow back. And I want to dispel the, oh, here they go. Oh, look at this.
Here they come.
Here they come. Everybody's talking about, why don't you do ultra high stock density grazing? Well, we do at certain times of the year. You sure don't want to do it in the springtime when your grass is exploding. If you put your animals in real tight, like 1,000,000 pounds per acre, your whole farm's going to get away from you. It's all going to be seed heads and stems. You got to open it up. You got to move these animals, let them put on weight, okay? Get around the farm in, a reasonable time so your plants aren't all turned to cedar tree type wood by the time you get back around. So everybody, oh, Greg, you're not doing high stock density grazing. Yes, we do. But we don't do it in the spring. You do that later in the summertime.
Well, there's the animal performance.
Animal performance. Animal performance. And, that's one thing we teach at our grazing schools, which are coming up in September. So, yeah, there's a lot to this, folks. You can't just turn the animals out, say a prayer, and think everything's going to turn out. It's not going to happen that way.
Well, and even if you are moving them every day, you need to be... it's a little bit more than just, unrolling out a wire and rolling it back up. You have to look at what's ahead of you, look what's behind you, and look at your animals and decide what happened.
Yep, that's right.
Did I overgraze the ground? Do the animals have that sunken in area?
Which is called what?
The death trap.
Death triangle.
And so you have to be observant. And that's what we try to teach you is like, are there worms? Are there bees? Are there, if these critters are all here, then you're starting to work in sync with Mother Nature.
Absolutely. What's that shirt you got on there, huh?
So I didn't do this on purpose. I like the green shirt. We have lots of grays because people like grays. So I had a few green shirts made for me. So this is this is what the guy designed for us. It's got a cow and a calf and a little sheep. It says Green Pastures Farm. And then on the back, it's a nicer, bigger logo. And what does it say, hon?
It says, there's clover all over Green Pastures Farm. And there's the same picture of the sheep and the calf and the cow. And on the very bottom, it says, winter grass will save your ass. So which means stockpiling.
Yes. And you can see we've got clover all over.
Yes, there's clover all over galore.
So that's high in the protein. But again, you don't want 100% clover. You want like a 40-60 because you want to balance out that rumen with the cattle and or the sheep or whatever.
Look at the bulls, honey.
I know it.
I think they found this ridge.
I think they did. I don't think you have to worry about it.
Nope. Yeah. Nope. They're going to be happy campers in here. Folks, I'm going to sign off here. Welcome to those new viewers on the way out. Hit that subscribe button.
And hit that like button too.
Okay, hit the like button, Jan said.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, absolutely.
Did you like this video?
Yep. And folks, we're going to be joining some of you all here coming up in September. Our first grazing school is sold out. The second one, September 17th to the 19th. Jan, how many slots are left on that one?
We have about 30 spots left.
Okay, good deal. Well, we'll see some of you all in September, and looking forward to meeting you all. And
oh, it's starting to thunder.
Starting to thunder. Yeah, we're going to get out of here. But it's just a beautiful evening here, middle of May, and we'll see you all down the road.